So I just want to apologize in advance, but there is going to be some wind noise in this video just because I don't have a wind resistant mic, but I will be getting one in the near future. You guys know me, I want the darkest of the darkest, so I went with 5% for these side windows, and then right here I have 2.5, which is extreme limo. This is limo, and this is going to be going on the back where it already has tint. So my goal is to have the back almost completely black, and I know at night I'm not going to be able to see blah 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 yada yada. I've done this in the past on my other 720 and it looks perfect. On the sides, like I said, 5%, and yeah, that's pretty much it. All shades are the same price and they're the same exact way to put them on. Just because it's darker doesn't mean it's harder to put on. It's all the same. Right here with me I have the tint. I got this at AutoZone and I'm pretty sure that every auto parts store carries it. I know I've seen this also at O'Reilly's, and I wouldn't be able to tell you about Pet Boys, but I'm pretty sure they carry it as well. But I got the 5% and the 2.5. If you guys haven't seen the removal process, the video before this, I'll have the link in the description. I would definitely recommend you guys check that out because this video will make a lot more sense. For the first step, we're going to be using our soapy water. You want to put your window almost all the way up and once again clean it up. Use the same razor blade method. I'll show you guys right now some footage, but you're going to want to clean this all up, get it really clean for the tint to be able to stick on there. If you guys have a garage or a canopy or something covering it from the wind, I would highly recommend you stick with that because it's going to come out a lot better. But me, I'm going to be doing this outside, outdoors, with it being kind of windy. But I'm sure it'll still be somewhat fine. And then 2 people would make it a lot easier, but I'm going to try this by myself. Once you've scraped it all, you can now wipe it down. Now you want to get it really clean. So spray it one last time. Get it really clean. I would recommend also cleaning the outside just so you can see if there's any debris still there, because right now you can see it looks kind of dirty, but that's just because the outside is really dusty and dirty. So I'm just going to clean that after this. And then after that, I'll be able to see if there's still some glue stuck on there or any other imperfections that I need to scrape away. Okay, so doing this one person is going to be a little complicated, but pretty much what you want to do is spray some soapy water on there. Now that you know it's nice and clean, got everything scrubbed away, you take over it. And now you're just going to take this, the actual tint, and lay it on there. I would recommend that you let some, you know, kind of overhang over the edge over here. I don't know how you guys can't see, you guys can't really see. But for example, right here, don't cut it right here, leave it out here. You know, give some like little wiggle room just in case you mess up, you can still scoot it over a little bit. But the reason I'm wetting it right now is just so it'll stick on there and I could roughly measure how much to cut off, just because it's really hard to, you know, use this big piece. I believe it's 24 inches by 6.5 feet. So trying to hold that while, you know, putting the tint on there is not that easy. So the way I like to do it is just roll it on there, cut it roughly to the shape of it. I know they say that you need to put it on the outside and cut it exactly to the shape of it, and when you put it on, you just stick it on. I've tried that, and for me, it doesn't really help because if you mess up a little bit, you're kind of screwed. So this way, the way I like to do it, it gives you some wiggle room. And another thing I forgot to mention is don't crease this. So when you buy it, make sure that the box isn't smashed, it hasn't been stepped on. Don't step on it yourself, because when you do that, it creases the tint film itself, and then when you put it on, you see all the little crease marks on there, and it just doesn't look clean. So we're gonna wet it a little bit more. We'll start it dry. We're gonna lay it over. And then we're gonna trim it. You guys probably can't see. We're gonna trim it right about over here on the edge. And the water just pretty much what sticks on like this. You're not gonna, you know, put it on there permanently just yet. You still have to peel off the clear coat, I guess you can call it. But now you can cut this with the blade, all this extra, and I'll show you guys what it looks like after. This is gonna be kind of hard to record because it's literally just me, and it's already gonna be hard enough putting it on. But right here you could see, my bad, a little hiccup. I got the general shape kind of cut out, and you see why I have the soapy water on there, because it's sticking on there. Now what you want to do, cut a little corner like this, figure out where the clear coat is, or the little clear film, take that off, wet the glass again like this, a lot, wet the back of the film, and then as soon as you start putting it on in the water, you start like using the squeegee to get it out, it's going to start to stick, and kind of just go from there. That's just slowly work your way from the middle out. I just kind of want to just show you guys real quick, almost like this, and it'll start to stick. Get all these water bubbles out like that, little by little. But you are going to want to get a squeegee. I have mine right here. I believe this is Corey's. He left it here, so I'm using that. But you could use a credit card. Just make sure that you wet both sides, the side that you're working with and the side touching the glass, because if you don't put water back here, it might get stuck and rip it. So it's always good to wet this side also, so it slides nicely. But that's pretty much it, and then you kind of just do it. So let me show you guys. Once you've got it looking like this, you got this for the most part on there. You just have this rough edge. Now you want to get the blade and then just go like this, angled alongside the glass, just to get it nice and flat. And one last time, get some water and get all the last air bubbles out, my bad. Because when it's like this, you can see there's still a bunch of air bubbles that get stuck in there because this flaps around and it lets air go in there. So you just want to make sure that you cut this as smooth as possible, and then just keep pushing this out. And then to cut this corner, you kind of just, you know, people say to cut it straight like this. I like to cut it over here just so it overlaps and goes behind the window, like behind the little metal frame, and like down all the way to the edge of the window, just so it doesn't peel off, or so it doesn't like cut this when you can see it from the outside. But yeah, the wind is not making it any easier, but it is coming out pretty good so far. Alright guys, so the windows are now all tinted. It's been like 2 days, and one thing I forgot to mention is when you guys put some tint on your windows, they say you shouldn't roll them down for like about 2 to 3 days, just to make sure that it gets really nice and dry and it doesn't peel when you roll it down. Not that I forgot, I just didn't really care, and I was like, whatever, it'll be fine. So I kind of rolled it down a little bit and the bottom got messed up, but I was going to redo this window anyways. I'll just show you guys the imperfections. I was doing this obviously outdoors. That's another thing I would highly recommend, is if you guys have a garage, definitely go inside, or if you have a little canopy like this, cover the walls. I'm going to cover the walls right now, just because I didn't do that the other day, and it kind of just, it makes it super hard when it's windy. You could see, not windy, but there's a breeze, and when you're by yourself. So those two combos together just kind of suck, and you can see there's a bunch of little air bubbles, and I tried getting a heat gun and getting, doing everything in my power, but I couldn't get that fixed. So I am going to be redoing this so to make it look a lot cleaner. The back window is pitch black. You can't even see inside of there. And another thing is, I love this back window on these 720s, like the single cabs, because it's like bubbled. Like it's a really cool like effect. Like it looks so trippy. But this one on the other hand, this one came out pretty much perfect. Like it's pretty good. And now what I'm going to be doing is, obviously in a different video, I'm going to be doing that off video. I'm not going to record that. You guys already saw that. You guys can see how dark it is. It looks super sweet, but I want it darker. So with the leftover tint that I have right here from the back window, I'm going to be doing a sun strip. So if you guys want to see how to do a sun strip for super cheap, I'll show you guys right here. That's leftover. So if you wanted to buy this just for this, you can get little pieces at AutoZone that are about the same size for I think like $6, and you could do your own sun strip. So I'm going to be making a video on that. But that's pretty much it for this video, guys. I hope you guys found it useful and enjoyed it, and I will see you guys on the next one. Peace out, guys.